Do you know what it means to let your hair down or to get cold feet? How do you use these idioms involving body parts in sentences? Where do the idioms come from? How were they originally used? What are their literal meanings? Stay tuned to find out. But first, do subscribe to The English Nut on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you. In the 1600s, women used to have elaborate hairstyles. Their hair would be pinned up and decorated with bows, flowers, feathers, and other things. Sometimes these hairdos could be 2 feet tall. Society women would be seen in public only with their hair done up, but in private, they would let their hair down, literally. They would remove the pins and other accessories and let the hair flow down their shoulders in a natural way. Letting your hair down was known as disheveling. Today, someone with a messy, ungroomed appearance is described as disheveled. But at that time, it merely referred to someone who had let her hair down. And today, letting your hair down has a totally different meaning. It means being free and uninhibited, to stop acting formally, to not worry about behaving correctly. Why are you so uptight all the time? Let your hair down once in a while. Once she let her hair down in front of her in-laws, they actually started liking her. The headmaster, who was always so formal, let his hair down during the annual function. Letting your hair down is almost always used in a figurative sense today. The literal use went out of fashion in the 1900s when women started wearing their hair short. But of course, there's a connection between the current figurative usage and the original literal one. Because all those centuries ago, women used to let down their hair when relaxing in an informal setting at home. The bride had cold feet on the morning of her wedding. Siddharth went bungee jumping but got cold feet at the last moment. Shoma got cold feet after she accepted the new job. To get cold feet is to lose nerve, confidence, or enthusiasm just before you embark on something new, especially something that's a long-term commitment like marriage or a job. It's a doubt or apprehension that is strong enough to stop you from doing something you've planned. The plan could be something that you thought of as a dream come true up until that point. It brings to mind a story I read about an American bride who disappeared days before her wedding. She resurfaced somewhere far away claiming to have been kidnapped. But then the truth emerged. She had got cold feet about her impending marriage. The idiom was first used by writer Stephen Crane in the 1896 edition of his novella Maggie, a Girl of the Streets. It reads, "I knew this was the way it would be. They got cold feet." The idiom became popular on American college campuses soon thereafter. And when World War I started, the term cold footer was applied to those who were fearful of fighting. The wartime application of cold feet led some to theorize that it was connected to soldiers getting frostbite when on duty in cold places. But given that the phrase appeared years before the war, that seems incorrect. You can get cold feet literally as well, due to certain physiological reactions in the body. Our systems have a fight, flight, or freeze response in times of extreme stress or danger. One aspect of this is that your blood rushes to your major muscles, which may leave your hands and feet cold. Seed Time and Harvest, a well-known German novel by Fritz Reuter, was published in 1862. Reuter's mastery in storytelling earned him comparisons to Charles Dickens. In this book, Reuter mentions cold feet a couple of times in a humorous way. One reference is to a shoemaker getting cold feet. In German, to get cold feet is kalte Füße bekommen, and it has the same figurative sense as the English idiom. Given that the phrase existed in German, it's possible that German immigrants in the US used a direct translation of it in their English, and from there the usage spread to the wider population. If this is the true origin of cold feet, it means that the phrase is a calque, meaning a literal word-for-word translation from another language. Going back in time to 1605-06, we find that English playwright Ben Jonson produced a satirical play called Volpone. Volpone is an Italian word for fox. Kenneth Mackenzie, a former professor of Italian at Princeton University, put forth the theory that cold feet originates in the Lombard proverb "cold on my feet," which is used in the play Volpone. It means to have no money, and so in a gambling context, for example, could actually lead to someone getting cold feet and leaving the gambling table. The word Lombard describes the people or language of the people of Lombardy in northern Italy. While we know for a fact that the first recorded use of cold feet was in the Stephen Crane book, we cannot confirm if any of the theories I've outlined about the origin of the idiom are true. But that is often the case with the etymology of words and phrases. That was two idioms, one connected to the hair on our heads and a second one which goes all the way down to our feet. Do you know any other idioms involving body parts? Do write them in the comments below, and do subscribe to The English Nut on YouTube. Click on the bell icon too so you'll get to know as soon as my latest video is published. I'm The English Nut. Bye for now.